everybody. So I know it's been a while since I've done a video, and don't even mention how long it's been. The important thing is that I'm doing one now, and I have missed it. I've missed doing videos, but things have calmed down a lot. So, and I needed a new camera. My camera had an unfortunate incident last year, so I needed a new camera. So I have a new camera. Things have died down, and I'm able to actually get back to doing my series. And of course, I have several things I have going on. I have the book still going on, and this would not be a video without a shameless plug for my book. So I'll have the links in the description so you can check out my books, my ebooks. 2 of the books in the Sassy series are available. The 3rd volume, we're still working on that. And it should be released soon. I also have another mini book. It's kind of a fun one. It's called 35 Things Every Sassy, Save Single Girl Should Know. So that's one to check out. And like I said, I'll have the links in the description so you can check out those books. And also last year I had started, or I had the idea to do a blog series, a video blog series on my body, my God, my life, and I have not forgot about that. And I think what I'm going to do is record the series and make it available to those who are on my mailing list. So I'm also going to put a link to my website where you can sign up for the mailing list. And it's also good to sign up for the mailing list just to get all the updates, and you get exclusives. You get like little discounts on my Sassy apparel. So it's a good idea anyway to sign up for the mailing list. So I'll have that in the description as well. So now to this series, we're actually going to start a relationship series. And you know, again, I talk about relationships, love, the whole thing. So it's no surprise that I'm doing a relationship series. And this actually has been in the works, but again, I didn't have a camera. You know, things have been busy. So, and again, those are all excuses, but now I have the time and I can get it done, and I can do it wholeheartedly and it not just be something I've thrown together. So this video that we're going to do, the first video, is actually coming from a blog that I did on my website maybe about a month ago, talking about rejection. And we've all experienced rejection, whether it be in a relationship, whether it have been through work, maybe even a friendship, maybe you wanted to get a part in a play and you were rejected. We've all gone through this subject, and because we're talking about relationships, the emphasis is going to be mainly on dating and that sort of thing. But again, like I said, we've all been through. And the thing about your relationships, and this question I'm going to ask you will probably blow your mind once you think about it, but do you consider your relationships that didn't work out, do you see those as a success, or do you see them as a failure? And you're probably saying, well, how can the relationship that ended, how can it be a success? But if you think about it, any relationship that you go through, especially the ones that didn't work out, it should not leave you in a state where you are permanently damaged, you're bitter. It shouldn't leave you in a state of emotional despair. I mean, you're going to go through a period where, yes, things aren't the best. Things are, you want to grieve, or you want to, take your time to, stew over the relationship that didn't work out. That's fine, but it shouldn't leave you in that state forever. There are people, even people in my life, I know that they still suffer for bitterness in their relationships that didn't work out. They still suffer, and they still hold a grudge against men because of past relationships. And it should not leave you in that state. You can be hurt in a relationship, but you can also be healed and move on in your life. And consequently, you're going to live a better life when you learn how to move on. But this video is about turning your rejection into redirection. And you know what? It sounds like it probably doesn't sound like the easiest thing to do, but it's the best thing to do for you. And the amazing thing is, when we have God in our lives, we can allow Him to turn our rejection into redirection. And basically, when you say, Lord, I've been hurt, what can I do with the situation? What can I learn from this? He can take the situation and turn it into the best that he has for you. And a lot of times we get in relationships, and you know what? It's something that I wanted to do. It's not really what God wanted. It's what I wanted. And we run into the situation, and, we make a mess of things. And we do that a lot. A lot of times we want things, but it's not necessarily what God wants. And then we're in a major mess. And I know several years ago, I think I talked about it when I first started doing my videos, I told the Lord, I don't want what I want. I want what you want for me, because I know at the end of the day, it's going to be the best thing. And I gave my life to God and said, Lord, there are things I pray for now, but I say, if this is not what you want, if this is not the plan, if this doesn't follow the plan that you have for me, then I really don't want it. And when we say, Lord, I've been hurt, I'm kind of mad, I'm kind of pissed, I'm kind of, really angry about the situation. But when we give it to him and say, Lord, take this rejection and make it into something good, turn it into a blessing, turn it into something that is going to benefit my life and someone else, then we put ourselves in a good position. And I just want to share this quick story with you, because I have recently gone through this, and I have in the past, but recently I was able to say God took my rejection and really did turn it into redirection. And I'm trying to make this as quick as possible, but I knew someone for a very long time, and him and I were good friends, and we always kind of had that tension between us where it felt like our relationship could be way more than what it was. And you know what? Things never really happened between us. It's kind of like the elephant in the room. Is something going to happen? Is it not going to happen? But we always remain friends. Well, I knew that I had a love for this man, and I think in the past couple months it really developed into, I know that I love him. And so much so, if the right man came along, I had this guy that I loved in my face. He was blocking the view of anybody else. And I said, I know I have to tell him how I feel. And I kind of thought, well, maybe he feels the same way and he just doesn't know what to say. Or, you go through all those little things in your mind where you justify what you're about to do. And I basically said, even if he doesn't feel the same way I do, I need to say how I feel so I can move on. And, whether it's, he feels the same way, okay. And if he doesn't feel the same way, okay too. But I needed to do it for me so that I could move on in my life. And him and I actually had a conversation, and I told him, this is how I feel about you. And his initial response was to be shocked, which wasn't, surprising. But the next couple of weeks is when I really got my answer. And I even reached out to him and said, hey, I know this is shocking, but, let me know how you feel. We'll, get back together or get in touch again, and, you let me know what happens. But really, I should have known then that he was rejecting me. He didn't feel the way that I felt, because really, if he had felt the way I felt, he could have grabbed me then and kissed me or done something to show that he felt the same way. And really, his response, again, he had no response. So that is his response. And even when him and I talked again, he never mentioned anything, and I never got the opportunity to bring it up because our conversation got ended. So I kind of knew then, although it hurt, he's rejecting me. And I really got the answer that I needed, but I also said, you know what? I thank God that I can move on. I thank God because I realized that this rejection from this guy, or what I think is rejection, what I think is rejection, is really God directing my steps somewhere else. God pushing me in a place where I needed to be and really not where I wanted. He is what I wanted, but he may not have been what I needed.